The matter chop hot.
Assembly Diloto. Hey!
Aye.
If you missed You Play Me, I Play You stage play on the 8th and 9th of November 2024 at the National Theatre in the Bukom Boxing Arena, don't worry, I am here to give you an exclusive review of that particular event. Last weekend was a very eventful weekend, and as such, even this particular big project actually came out. My name is Jeneral Ntatia. Thanks for tuning in. This is Roland Report. If you are watching or listening for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. And also, whatever I treat here, I do this with you so you are at liberty to share your views anytime, any day. In the comment section, share your views. Let me know what you think about what we are going to discuss today on the platform. Let me say big ups to Barrister, who is behind the camera, yes, and in the studios. I am here at Max No World. So if you're here or if you're outside and you want the best of photo shoot, video coverage, or anything as far as media is concerned, just hit them on their socials or hit them on their numbers and they will get you sorted out. And also don't forget that this show is also proudly brought to you by Shagzy, Ghana's #1 ride-hailing app. Go on your Google Play Store, your App Store. Download the app today. If you're a driver, just sign up with just 20 Ghana cedis. And whatever you earn, you get is for you. Pay no commission to anybody. And if you're a rider and you want the most safe, secure, and affordable ride on the market, then know that Shagzy has got you covered. Without wasting much time, let's go straight into today's topic.
The matter chop hot.
Assembly Diloto. Hey!
Aye.
So this is an exclusive review, my review, obviously, from that particular project. You Play Me, I Play You stage play put together by African Arts Network. For me, I think it was a very beautiful project. It was directed by Fifi Coleman, and the lead actors were Nigeria skate maker Brain Jotter, Clemento Suarez, Jeneral Ntatia. Jeneral Ntatia and Brain Jotter actually played the lead role on this particular project, and also Clemento Suarez and other people obviously played the supporting role on this project. Proud to the main event, the beautiful reception that they gave Brain Jotter. Brought him all the way from Nigeria, the reception from the airport, through to the media rounds, to some of the activations that was done or were done in the country, from one media house to the other, from one radio station, one TV station to the other. I believe it was a very beautiful reception that was given him. And even to the main event. I mean, aside treating him right, obviously the media houses also had the opportunity to host some of the beautiful brains of our people. I mean, some of the people on the project, like the Fifi Coleman, Clement, Jeneral Ntatia, and all contributing and speaking to them about the need to improve theater productions as well as our movie industry in Ghana. Now, moving forward, on the 8th and 9th, obviously, the 8th happened at the National Theatre, where they did 2 showings, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. I wasn't there because, personally, I have been to the National Theatre on so many occasions for theatre productions and also comedy specials. So, when I heard that it was, they are actually doing 2 venues, and one would be at the Bukom Boxing Arena. Obviously, for somebody that have been at the National Theatre, would love to go to the Bukom Boxing Arena to have that experience as well. Because we all know how the arena is and the kind of things that we imagine it to be. So if today you wake up and somebody says, I want to do a theater production at the Bukom Boxing Arena, to some of us or to some people here, it is something new that we would want to experience. So I went for the second showing, but then I still followed what happened on the first day. For theater, for a theater setting, on a theater production there, the setup cannot go wrong. Obviously, they had a very beautiful setup. The performance, per the reviews that was seen, that I saw online and all of that, was top-notch. Obviously, Brain Jotter is a very beautiful actor, and definitely, even though he said this is his first or maiden stage theater production or stage acting, well, I believe he did very well, exceptionally well. I will come back to the one that I witnessed for myself at the Bukom Boxing Arena. But then, attendance at the National Theatre was also top-notch, and I would commend the organizers for it. Now, to the Bukom Boxing Arena, definitely saw some performances even before the main event, from magicians to poets to musicians and all of that. All of these guys graced the occasion at the Bukom Boxing Arena. For me, going to the Bukom Boxing Arena, I was also much concerned about the setup. Like I said, we all know the arena setting and how sometimes it can be difficult, especially when you want to do theater production there. Because unlike the National Theatre, there are certain things that can be at your disposal. The curtains, the sound, and even the whole environment. But this is the Bukom Boxing Arena, where you are exposed to so many things. Like, and when I say you're exposed to so many things, like you are exposed to so many disadvantages, I mean, where some of the things you would have to bring them yourself in terms of creating an ambience, creating a stage, like a whole theater stage, you know what I mean? And out of that, I think they were able to utilize the center circle where they actually did something beautiful even from that side. So for me, I think the setup was good, especially on stage when where the actors were and actually displayed their talents. It was a very beautiful setup for me. And now to attendance, I think attendance was also good. Attendance was good. But then, obviously, this is a new setting. Therefore, they couldn't get a full house. And when I say a full house, the whole place was not filled to the brim or was not like filled to the capacity. But then it was just left with a stand or a quarter of the whole space. And to me, bringing that idea that it can even be done, theater productions can even be done at that side, is also a plus for me. Because we all know, yes, that place is obviously bigger than the National Theatre. And we know the hunger for venues, even for some other event. We all know we are entering into the festive season, and there's going to be some clash of events and all of that. And if some people are able to expose us to other venues that we think normally, and can definitely, so if some people have exposed us to that side, why not? We will be able to do it and do it well, and I believe there wouldn't be any of such clashes. Now to the performance before I wrap up. I think it was a very beautiful performance. I mean, the storytelling. Let me say big ups to director Fifi Coleman, who actually directed this particular piece. And this is a story written by Efo Kojomarube. But one beautiful thing about this story is the inculcation of the current affairs, as in current happenings. From Stop Galamsey to most of the things that are happening both in Nigeria and in Ghana. And you see, even though these two countries have different cultural background, we all also understand and agree that there are certain cultural similarities as well. Therefore, that inculcation or the way they were able to actually add or fuse in some of the things that are so relatable in Ghana and also relatable in Nigeria was one that I really admired. From the Stop Galamsey to corruption to most of the things that, some of the things there, I know Clementos Rise of for him, left, right, center. And it was all part. And also that exposure to a different cultural background with Brain Jotter also gave spice to the whole production. So here, let me say big ups to the organizers again and to the actors as well. For the actors there, saying they did exceptionally well is like saying Brunimba Wontare. Like, I mean, with some of these fine actors on stage, nothing can go wrong. Even at a point, if you are a real theater follower, if even at a point when you feel like Charlie, someone had missed their lines, the way you see the others come in for them, and it is seamless. It is very seamless. And that is why I would entreat anybody, if this particular play or if this particular production is to air any time, any other time after this particular one, there is the need, if you've not witnessed it or if you weren't there, both at the National Theatre and the Bukom Boxing Arena, there is the need. I would entreat you to actually go there, which is why I even saw them actually campaigning or asking the audience if this should be replicated in Nigeria or in Lagos. I think it is a very beautiful piece. But then, the patronage. Let me talk about the patronage. For me, I would, at this point, I will cry for the organizers a bit. I will cry for the organizers a bit because, Charlie, the amount of money that went into this production and the amount of patronage they had, to me, wasn't the best. So if they would want to replicate it in Nigeria, I would pray that it shouldn't be only out of the fun of it, but also business attached to it. Because sometimes, if, yes, out of the fact that, okay, some few people loved it, and therefore we would want to use that enthusiasm to say we want to replicate it in other parts, let's make sure it makes business sense. Else, we will do it once, twice, and we may not be able to do it again. And we all know that we are all in this, me as a media person, these people as actors, these people as production, these people as event organizers, all in the quest to make sure that we sustain it for the long haul. So if we are not able to put in the business minds to it, and in order to sustain some of these things, it may not bring the end result that we are all looking for. And the end result is just one. It's money. So let me say big ups to the organizers. Until then, thanks for tuning in. If you were there, share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Let me know what your experience also was, both at the National Theatre or if you were at the Bukom Boxing Arena. If you were not there, what are some of the reviews that you've seen? What are some of the things that you've also heard about this particular production? And hey, to the organizers, before I say goodbye, there is also the need for attention to post-production or post-event publicity. For me, yes, as much as I think that the content, especially when it comes to theater and comedy and all of that, most of the contents are protected. Therefore, if people are to do reviews and other reports on it after the show, they wouldn't get much of the content to project. But then I believe reviews and post-event publicity can also be done and done right, not necessarily actually showing more of the content of what was produced on the night, because I know you would want to replicate it somewhere or rerun it or show it somewhere and all of that. But then I believe that the post-event publicity was also or is also on the low for me, which is why for somebody that I had the privilege of witnessing such a beautiful masterpiece or a beautiful project, I would want to talk about it so that at least it will also encourage people to say, we want to do this, we want to do that, and it is all to the benefit of our motherland. Until then, thanks for spending time with me. My name is Jeneral Ntatia. Let me say big ups to Barrister, who is behind the camera, and to Max No World for hosting me today on this particular editorial. Until then, share your views in the comment section. And I don't know, I'm free, I say, my poem.
The matter chop hot.
Assembly Diloto. Hey!
Aye. Hey.